Revered was this ceremony attended by elders, politicians and locals in Mugwathi Gardens in Nyeri County. The return of royalty, in the best way described traditionally. 63-year-old Kariuki Kifue, who was secretly monitored and audited for 8 months, was honored as the new Agikuyu kingship, the third stage in the rank.
There are several sets of criteria that are followed until the whole community and especially the elders agree. And if I can say simply, it is like the sister's wife. The sister's wife was without reproach. So you are a person of high character, good integrity, good leadership skills, and it starts with your family. Others too have gone through the traditional vetting. You see, the Agikuyu community currently has 4 kings representing different regions. Dominic Ngera represents Nyandarua and Laikipia, while Kariuki Wagatari represents Nakuru, Njathi Wambatia represents Kiambu and its neighboring counties, while the newly installed Kariuki Kifue will represent Nyeri County. The 3 first kings were the ones who led today's ceremony as they consecrated Kifue, a retired provincial accountant in the Ministry of Former Local Government.
Vile Mungu ataniwezesha, nitafanya juu chini kuona nimefika kiwango ile Wakikuyu wetu, na hawa wazee ambao ni wako mbele yangu nitawatumia na njia yote ya consultation na wani guide mpaka wanionyeshe how to be a better elder.
Well, back to history. Before the colonial government moved in and stripped of powers from the Council of Elders, each community had their own king who made the last decision in any matter. But in 1929, the Kikuyu community had their last ruler, whose role was to rule and make decisions on matters that were far beyond the elders. He also prayed on behalf of the community for rain, peace and other needs, and many termed him as the community spokesperson to God.
They are also the ones who are supposed to guide how the ceremonies are conducted and celebrated. So there is uniformity in the cultural practices as it is practiced all over the Gikuyu community.
These roles were taken over by the community elders. According to the history gathered, the last ruler was consecrated in 1929 in Shamara, Mokoroeni sub-county. His name was Mugambi, who later died. Women and children were kept away, and only those who were qualified as elders were allowed in. At one point, Kifue's wife, accompanied by other elderly women, were allowed to bring food to him, dancing and singing traditional songs. But they were not allowed in and handed the food at the gate to other elders before being blessed by sprinkling water on them using the elders' fly whisks. Inside a covered place, several sheep were slaughtered, and it is here that Kifue was taken by a group of men and traditional ceremony performed on him.
It is not in conflict with anything to do with empowerment of women, for instance. This, in fact, is a process by which we want families to be revived, families to be respected, families to bind together.
Traditional Agikuyu delicacy and brew was served. The participants showered praises at the event, glorifying it as a treasure lost for a period of almost 100 years. Eunice Omolo, NTV.